G'day Darkrealmers, it's horror author and illustrator Michael J. Elliott here with you again today. And today we're going to be looking at an indie horror book, okay? Hey, if this is your first trip to the Diaries, welcome and thank you so much for joining us. And if you want a little bit of help in finding the best in horror books and movies, and you want some creepypasta and trivia, then you've come to the right place. Just hit the bell notification and the subscribe button and you'll always be up to date. Okay, Darkrealmers, today we're going to be looking at the Books of Lucifer by S.E. Rise, and we're going to be doing that right now. Yeah. Well, Darkrealmers, we're all totally used to the traditional view of Lucifer as, 666, number of the beast, Damien's father, I'm going to end the world in fire and brimstone, etc. Well, S.E. Rise gives us a totally different take on Lucifer. He's not the horns and pitchfork devil that we all know. In fact, he's very handsome, buffed, has lots of sex with women, and doesn't come across as evil, more as just indulgent, okay? He's got obviously powers and he's got abilities. Now, the primary story is one of Lucifer trying to put an end to a plan that Lilith has for basically ending the world and domination. Now, for any of you who know Hebrew mythology, Lilith was the first woman. She came before Eve, but she was booted out of the Garden of Eden because she refused to be submissive to Adam. And in some horror movies and books, she is traditionally pictured as or interpreted as the mother of all the demons. And there's actually a 2018 horror movie coming out that concentrates on her. But in this story, S.E. Rise gives us a perspective of Lucifer, who's still in God's favour and still one of his favourites. And he takes Lilith and he becomes her teacher, but not only that, he becomes her lover until she decides she's too good for him and she's too powerful. And we get a wonderful sense of, the frustration and the anger he feels, Lucifer. And there's also a wonderful love story there, not just the one with Lilith is part and parcel of the story, but he has an intense love, devotion to Gabrielle. Now, you might be thinking, Gabrielle? Yes, well, S.E. Rise has very cleverly taken the Archangel Gabriel and given it a female spin. And she is very much in love with Lucifer, but she's very torn because she has her duties to God and she has her love of Lucifer. And throughout the story, which is basically, as I've mentioned, Lucifer trying to stop this takeover or domination by Lilith, which she's already done some horrible things like nuked the Vatican, okay, and the world is on the brink of chaos. That's the sort of, grand scale we're talking about. But not only that, Lilith is also married to Cain. Now, if you know your Bible, Cain was the son of Adam, and he murdered his brother Abel, and for that he was given a mark by God that cursed him forever to walk the earth for all eternity until humanity ended. So they have this strong friendship, which isn't like they're buddy-buddy. I mean, Cain will shoot Lucifer in the back if it means, protecting Lilith because he loves Lilith, okay? So it's a really complex relationship, but wonderfully written. Now, into this we get a really great backstory of Lucifer's fall from grace. And it wasn't because he tried to take over heaven. S.E. Rise is very cleverly given us another interpretation where Lucifer basically stands up to God, and he basically has the balls to say to God, you're doing this all wrong. You're treating human beings like, children and playthings. They're not, they're very intelligent. And of course, that tends to piss God off because he's God, okay? And there's a beautiful scene where God does finally lose his patience with Lucifer and basically turns around and says to him, well, if you love them so much, you can live with them. From now on, you'll walk among the earth, but you'll never get into heaven again, and so forth. And throughout the narrative, we get Lucifer talking about major biblical events. Like there's this wonderful scene where the story of Noah and the ark, and Lucifer, because he can't fly, is basically drowning until he's rescued by Gabriel. There's also the story of the Tower of Babel, or Babel, where God sees how powerful humans have become, and the Tower of Babel is actually a creation of Lilith, where she has made the Tower of Babel. It's almost like a generator that draws on energy that's a little bit spiritual, like earth energy, heaven energy, that sort of thing. And God becomes so annoyed at this that, of course, you know, after Lucifer helps put an end to this, that he basically rips up the earth and flings mankind all corners of the earth, and they basically have to start from scratch again. That's right, they become, you know, the Neanderthals and the Homo sapiens, learning to talk and everything like that. And through all this, Lucifer is an observer and a witness throughout history. We also get a wonderful take on mythology, because S.E. Rice very cleverly, pardon me, Darkrealmers, weaves Greco-Roman mythology into the biblical stories, and he explains how that when angels had sex with humans, and male angels and females had sex with humans, that their offspring became monsters, and these became the Titans of legends. And if you know your Greek mythology, you'll know that the Titans were the original gods, and that Kronos, the chief amongst them, was overthrown by his son Zeus, and Zeus's brothers and sisters became the gods of Olympus. It's fascinating, absolutely brilliant. So we get a strong love story between Lucifer and Gabriel. We get the sense of you know, distress and upset that Lucifer allowed things to get to the point where they did with Lilith, that he should have, you know, not just stopped her but killed her. But his friendship with Cain is one of the aspects that meant that wasn't really possible, and that now he's living with those regrets. This is a wonderful, wonderful book. And actually, when I say book, it's 3 books in one, because it is the Books of Lucifer. So we start off, and it's a great progression. Fantastic read. I can highly recommend it if you're looking for something a bit different, and not a Lucifer where, you know, the world's going to end and we're all going to become, you know, slaves of demons and possessed and everything like that. You'll really enjoy this. Now, the book's available everywhere. I've put a buy link down in the descriptions for you, Darkrealmers, so you can go and check it out for yourself. And also, I encourage you to check out a short story by S.E. Rice, which is just brilliant. And it was actually what got me into his writing, and it's called 3 Days Without Grace. And it's all about the days after Jesus is crucified, where basically the earth doesn't have his protection and his love, and so demons and monsters have free reign for those 3 days, and what could have happened. Wonderful. Check that out as well. Alright, Darkrealmers, well, I hope you like my review of S.E. Rice's The Books of Lucifer. I thoroughly enjoyed it, virtually couldn't put it down. So if you've read it, let me know in the comments below and tell me what you thought of it. Or has this video review made you question, maybe, yes, it's something you'd like to read? Alright, Darkrealmers, I'd love to know your comments. Well, that's it from me, horror author Michael J. Elliott. Until I see you next time, remember what I always say, if you're going to start reading up about Lucifer, make sure you stay in the light. Bye for now, Darkrealmers.